Please continue to the next part only if you have finished this task. Okay, and then continue. This is very important. All right. If you're ready, then we can go. Numbers. How do you say this? 13. 13. Am I right? Where's the stress? Second. On the second syllable. Let's check.
13.
13. And you know, in British English, here this R is silent, so you say 13. 13. How do you say this one? Right. 30. Where's the stress?
30.
30. On the first syllable. Is there a rule here? A rule. I think you know it. Look at these. For these numbers that end in teen, the stress goes on the second syllable. And for those that end in T, these numbers, stress goes here on the first and not T. این یک قانون کلیه. And you know, in both British and American English, we say teen. Only in American English we say 30, 30, a very fast d instead of t. British English here is different. We say t, 30, 30. The sound at the end, is it E or E? E or E? Something between them. Not too short, and not too long. We don't say 30. You say 30. Now I'm going to show you some pair of numbers so we can notice the stressed part and the correct number. Let's do the first as an example. Listen and circle the right number. Which one?
14.
14. Now let's listen to both numbers and see the difference.
14. 40.
14. 40. اگر لازم بود از اینجا به بعد حتما ویدیو رو برگردونین عقب و دوباره بشنوین. منتظر جواب درست نباشین چون هدفمون درگیر کردن ماهیچه ها و حسمون برای تشخیص و درک صداست. اینجا به تکیه و انرژی گوینده روی سیلابل ها خوب دقت میکنیم و چون طبیعیه که تشخیص دوتا کلمه از هم اوایل شروع راحت نباشه، من صدای خوندن هر دو کلمه رو هم بعدش براتون میذارم که کمک میکنه بهتر جا بیفته و اشکالمون رفع بشه. اینجا روی تشخیص تمرکز میکنیم که گوش عادت کنه به شنیدنش. پس کمکش میکنیم و تمرین میدیم. Let's begin. Which one?
50. 15, 50.
15, 50.
60, 16, 60. 17, 17, 70. 80, 18, 80. 19, 19, 90.
Great job. That was wonderful that you tried to practice the things you already knew and try to focus on the pronunciation features that maybe you didn't pay attention to a lot in the past. But now let's celebrate your tryings and good work. If you are ready, we can go to the next part. In this list of numbers, we can see the stressed syllables are bold. پررنگ‌ترن. I need your special attention for this part because we want to listen and repeat. So pause when you need. Try to say the stressed syllables louder and longer. Use energy for them.
4A.
3, 13, 30. 4, 14, 40. 5, 15, 50. 6, 16, 60. 7, 17, 70. 8, 18, 80. 9, 19, 90.
Okay, that was good. Do you remember moving stress? Yes or no? It means sometimes the stress on a syllable should move to another syllable. It happens in some words. We had it for the nationality words in Unit 1 with stress on the last syllable with ease. Japanese. Basically, we use this stress like this. When you say Japanese, you say Japanese. The stress goes on the second syllable, unease. But what would happen to them? Do you remember? Just think about the previous unit. Right? After ease, this syllable, we have a stressed syllable. So the stress moves to a syllable before it on Jap. So we don't say Japanese bread. We say Japanese bread. It's easier to say. Okay. The same thing, moving stress, can happen with one of the groups in here. Which group has moving stress when there is a stressed syllable after it? like this nationality word? Which group? Yes, the words with final syllable teen. So when I say the word alone, or at the end of a sentence, or before a pause, I should say 15. Chick and use one of these numbers. For example, 15. How many chicks? 15 chicks. See? The stress got moved because this one is strongly stressed, and we don't want stressed syllables next to each other because it's hard to say them. For these teen numbers, we have moving stress. And this moving stress happens first when, after these words, we have stressed syllable. There's also another reason for moving stress in these numbers. Look and tell me, I think you can guess when the stress moves. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What happened? When we count numbers one after another, we move the stress on the first syllable. Let's see some sentences that show moving stress. What happens here? She's 13 years old. These are stressed too. So, isn't it better for this stressed syllable to move? Okay, this is better. She's 13 years old. The word 18 needs to move stress. Which word is the reason for stress moving? Students. It's stressed. So, as you know, yes, the stress goes on the first syllable. There are 18 students in my class. Why English speakers move stress in words like this in their sentences? They like their speech to be rhythmic. They like to have unstressed syllables between the stressed ones. They like this rhythm when speaking. This feels natural and normal to English speakers. So they move stress to make it easier for them to talk. But this stress movement sometimes is problematic for the listeners. How? Look, we point and say, she's 13 years old. 30? Seriously? At this moment, the listener asks a question to make sure they have understood. And in this sentence, this is crazy for teachers. But when you say, there are 18 students in my class. What? 80? This is unbelievable. So, they ask questions. These questions are asked to make the meaning clear to the listener. Help them understand. What do you do when you don't understand something? Of course, you ask questions. And this is where we ask these questions. So this teen words make problems and we won't understand. And you know what? It's very important to get the right word because meaning can make a big difference in our decisions. For example, you want to give or ask for an address. Tim lives at number 15 Green Street. Green Street. The name of the street is stressed. And can you see this rhythm, like unstressed syllables between the stressed ones, and they make saying the sentence a lot easier. When you hear this sentence, maybe you hear 50, not 15, okay? And at this time, you should ask a question. What would you say? 50? I don't understand. 50 because 50 has a stress on the first syllable, and you are using that on the first syllable here. So, I don't understand. I ask a question. No, not 50. 15. Ah, that's easy. So the speaker can help us. We ask a question, we get help. That's it. Now try to repeat these sentences using the right stress. Tim lives at number 15 Green Street. Tim lives at number 15 Green Street. 50? No, not 50. 15. Please rewind this video and repeat after me, and then continue and go to the next part. All right, let's listen and write the words. Are you ready for that? Okay, let's begin. Well, the first person who is giving the address says the dentist is at, I don't know what number, Mill Street. We listen and write and complete it.
4C. Example.
The dentist is at 17 Mill Street.
70?
No, not 70. 17.
Let's check. Listen carefully to the speakers and try to copy the way they speak with the right stress. Go on. You can pause after each sentence, please.
4C. Example.
The dentist is at 17 Mill Street.
70,
No, not 70. 17.
Good, very good. We are going to listen to 5 more dialogues with nearly the same lines in this dialogue. Well, the audio plays these two lines and pauses for you to say this sentence. You say this sentence. So when I pause for you, you try to speak and answer this question. Say and complete it. It's not this sentence, it's not this dialogue, it's going to be something different information, different numbers. So you continue and complete this. But don't forget, you need to remember saying the words with the right stress when you answer. If you are ready, I am ready. Let's go to the next part and continue. 1.
Mr. Smith lives at 14 Green Street.
40,
No, not 40. 14.
2.
The library has 19,000 books.
90,
No, not 90. 19.
3.
It will cost you 16,000 euros.
60,
No, not 60. 16.
4.
The population is 18 million.
80,
No, not 80. 18.
5.
I've invited 13 people for dinner.
30,
No, not 30. 13.
So, as you have seen, when we don't understand the speakers, when they move stress in the sentences, we can ask them questions, and that makes it easier for us to understand. But what if I don't want to ask a question? I just want to understand it very fast and very clear. There are some ways to help us understand numbers with moving stress in sentences. For example, it's easier for you when Americans are talking. So the first thing to help us is Americans' pronunciation. Americans pronounce T in, for example, 15 like T, T, like British speakers. But in these numbers, Americans say 40, 50, 60, 70. A very fast D sound. We show the sound like this. So this helps us understand when stress moves. یعنی اگر که کسی بخواد توی جملش استرس رو حرکت بده و به جای 13 امریکن باشه و به جای 13 بگه 13 استرس رو موو کنه. از اونجایی که ما میدونیم American person اگر 30 بود 30 میگفت یه فست د استفاده میکرد. پس برای همین ما اینجا گیج نمیشیم. میدونیم که خب پس اگر ت تلفظ کرده اون قطعا 13 هست و دیگه سوالی نیست، واضحه. ولی توی British accent in both groups we pronounce t like t. برای همین توی British English کمی سخت‌تره understandingش. چرا؟ چون اونا میگن 40 14 both t. And the second way to help us understand these better, the speakers can use pause between stressed words. Bill loves films. All these words are stressed, right? Yes, they are all stressed. English speakers make it easier for them by using a pause between the words. Bill loves films. You see, I'm using a pause, and this pause is in a form of, saying each word longer. Bill loves films. Here the words are said faster but loud, and so there is no pause between them. Bill loves films. Bill loves films. This is how we put pause, and in this way, we don't have to move stress in some sentences. For example, in here, Bill watches 14 films a week. Here we can move the stress because after it we have a stressed word and this needs to go. But it can stay. How? We need to put a pause between them and keep the stress here. Don't move it. Pause, stay. Bill watches 14 films a week. هیچ مووینگ استرسی انجام نشد، اما با وجود این پاز گفتن این دو تا سیلابلی که استرسد بودن راحت شد. پس یا میتونیم از این روش استفاده کنیم و یا استرس رو موو کنیم. Bill watches 14 films a week. Both of them correct. Pause. اینجا هم حالا یه فرمی از پاز. بالاخره اون پازه باید بین استرس سیلابل ها وجود داشته باشه یه جوری که گفتنشون راحت تر بشه. And English speakers do that. Let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with the bingo game? It's a very fun game. We can have a look at this game in your books on page 10, part 4D. What do? We have 4 squares of numbers A, B, C, and D. And in a classroom with other students, each student chooses a square and I have a list of numbers. I start reading the numbers randomly, and the students try to look at their own square. For example, you have square A, you only look at your square, and you try to cross the numbers that the teacher is reading. And you cross them by paying attention to the stressed syllables. For example, we want to start the game. I start and say, okay, everyone, eyes on your squares. I start saying the numbers. I read 13, 3, 40, 4, 7, 50, 5. Everyone keeps listening and crossing off the numbers until all the numbers on your paper are gone. And the first person who finishes the square with the numbers wins the game and others lose. پس همینطور به لیست شماره ها گوش میدین تا وقتی که ببینین تمام شماره های روی اون سکوئر براتون علامت بخوره. اون وقتی که شما اون بازی رو بردین. حالا چطور میتونیم این رو وقتی توی موقعیت کلاس کنار بقیه نیستیم انجام بدیم؟ برای شروع ازتون میخوام که یکی از این دو مربع رو انتخاب کنیم. A or B که مثلا مال شماست، یک کدومش، و از روی اون میفهمین که بینگو رو برنده شدین یا نه، و اون یکی دیگهش که باقی میمونه مثلا مال حریف شماست یا همکلاسی شماست که قراره توی این مسابقه ازش ببرید. اما همزمان به شماره های روی هر دو مربع کامل توجه میکنین، چون بالاخره شما همکلاسی خودتون رو اینجا ندارین و شما باید به هر دو مربع نگاه کنین، به هر دو سکوئر A and B. و من از لیست کامل شماره ها اونا رو میخونم و داخل کتاب از اون دو مربع انتخاب شده شروع میکنین به علامت زدن روی هر شماره‌ای که میشنوین. When you are ready, go to page 10. Now we start. I want to read the numbers. Ready? Go. 8, 13, 18, 4, 14, 90, 17, 30, 19, 5, 50, 16, 40, 7, 80, 3. Yes, square A won the game. So this is how you play this game when you are not in a class with other students. So this is what I want you to do with square C and D. How? Well, I don't read the numbers. It's your turn. Look, gone. and these two, and you. What do? First, you don't look. You don't look at the numbers in square C and D. But you speak. What do? You read. You read the numbers, all the numbers you see in part A. And while you are reading the numbers, cross them so you don't repeat them. And you record your voice. پس فکر کنین اینا وجود نداره. شما قراره که به اون شماره هایی که توی پارت A داشتین نگاه کنین و اونا رو همشونو با هر ترتیبی که میخواین شلوغ پلوغ قاطی پاتی بخونین و روشون خط بزنین که دوباره تکرارشون نکرده باشین. و یک تمرین خیلی عالی هست برای اینکه بتونین اون همه اون شماره ها رو به صورت صدای ضبط شده خودتون با استرس درستش تمرین کنین. And then you have a recorded voice which you can use to play. Now you listen to your voice and you look at a square. اینجا باید یک دونه رو انتخاب کنین. C or D, which one? That square would be yours. And grab a pencil and start and cross the numbers until you find the winner of the game. Wish you lots of luck and want you to start it where you are right now. Go ahead.